As the adage goes, it's better to be lucky than good. To some degree, wiser words have never been spoken because conventional wisdom suggests there is no other way to explain these shots, plays, and moments but sheer dumb luck. Like this shot by Trevor Booker, for example.
Booker got it! Are you kidding me? I mean, if you want to define the phrase grandma shot, that defines the phrase grandma shot.
The only thing that makes sense here is the fact that Book was aware of the shot clock and that you can't catch and shoot with 0.2 of a second left. Everything else, it's absurd. You know what's even more absurd? When players don't even attempt a shot and they still end up scoring. Look at Tyler Hero trying to make the alley-oop pass to Jimmy Butler at half court.
Even either. Oh, that was so clearly a pass. One more look at this. This is, you see his eyes. It's a chest pass because it's down low. And it's so.
And LeBron James looking to sneak one behind the Nuggets defense.
¿Cómo ha hecho eso LeBron? El talento.
Come on, Bron, stop. Don't act like you know it's going in. Because that's how basketball goes. No matter how good or bad you are, it only takes a lucky bounce one way or the other to alter your fate. Like, there's no way a sane coach would trust Rudy Gobert to take a three-pointer. Why would they? The Stifle Tower attempted 17 threes over his career and made 0. The only time he made a deep shot, it ended up being a fraction of a second too late. It's still a lucky shot though. I mean, if the only 3-pointers you made were in practice, that one deserves to be in here. While that took 0% skill, 100% luck on Rudy Gobert's part, it took every ounce of Josh Hart's flexibility to pull off this play. He's lucky he got superb balance and strong knees, or that meant surgery and 10 months of rehab any other way.
That's why you don't mind using a few seconds to force the Lakers to have to. Well, he got that.
Oh my
right
goodness.
In time. Right in time.
And then had great balance.
Speaking of bulky knees, Blake Griffin's injury history is longer than your mom's grocery list. The dude survived a torn kneecap, torn MCL, knee contusions, surgeries on both knees, and everything a human body part isn't supposed to experience. That's unfortunate on his part, but his collection of trick shots, sometimes I wonder if these lucky shots are payback to his previous health issues.
Look at Jamal. They're saying, how did you do that? And that's Blake Griffin. Watch, he just kind of chills out on the side, goes baseline, and one, throws it over the...
I mean, no whistle. Before the whistle, after the whistle, it doesn't matter. Blake's lucky shot mixtape is actually pretty impressive.
Watch this.
Try this in horse.
Apparently, he did those seated down shots all the time in practice, so maybe luck was not as involved as much as I'd like to think it is. But yeah, you know what I mean. If only those knees were as fortunate as those trick shots. In an unexpected coincidence, Blake and Steph Curry belong to the one and the same 2009 NBA draft class. Griffin was the first overall selection, but somehow, in a lucky twist of fate, Curry fell to the Warriors' lap at number 7. Part of that is the incompetence of the Timberwolves front office, who inexplicably passed on Steph, not once, but twice. But that's a story for another day. Now we all know the drill. After years of battling ankle injuries, Steph became the best shooter basketball has ever seen, the type that makes fans and foes think, is that dude real? That's why I don't even know if luck is involved when Chef Curry is cooking like this.
Steph Curry. Red light was clearly on. 14-point Golden State lead after one.
3 seconds. Curry from half court. Oh! He puts it in at the buzzer.
LeBron James once said, "You gotta guard that dude as soon he pulls up into the arena or as soon as he gets out of bed." Bron's not even joking. While there is yet no defense designed to stop a guy like Steph Curry, there's no point in playing D when the offense is just plain lucky.
8 turnovers now for the Bulls. Green got in the passing lane. Dosunmu tried to find him. Lose. Oh, my goodness.
What's that about being lucky versus good?
Rather be lucky than good, and you take them any way you can get them.
Ball ricocheting, pinball.
Lakers Kuzma. Oh, that goes in. That's gonna count. It does count. That one finds the bucket. How lucky.
Up toward the basket, and it wasn't even any kind of a shot attempt, but it sure looked like a pretty good shot by Kuz.
I got it all the way, said Kuz.
He's got a 3-point opportunity there. That's some play.
I guess when we say he's got the full repertoire.
And Philadelphia up by 7. Oh, Rockman behind the back, splitting through. It counts and a foul again. He split through 2 Philadelphia players behind the back with the dribble.
And it goes through Thompson's legs. Look at that. It goes through Thompson's legs. Wow. I like this one too. Behind his back, between his teammates' legs.
Sometimes, however, the defense gets a small slice of the lucky pie, which rarely happens. But when it does, there's nothing more satisfying to watch.
2-point game. Big lead for New Orleans. What a steal. Wasn't that something? Here comes Morant. He'll fly and get it to go. Taking it right down the boulevard.
Some say the Ja Morant and Kawhi Leonard steals were products of basketball IQ rather than sheer luck. But there's a reason why we don't see these plays very often. They anticipated the action, guessed the play, and made it happen. That's still pretty lucky in my book. That's like the Russian roulette in basketball. The only difference is that it's not life and death if they guessed wrong. For the Claw, that guy fell right into the luckiest situations ever. The Spurs made moves to acquire Leonard on the 2011 draft night, putting him in the middle of a Hall of Fame core of Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili. Then, he wanted out of San Antonio and got slotted right into a lucky set of circumstances yet again in Toronto. The Raptors won the chip in 2019 and ended the Warriors' 2-year reign, thanks to this culmination of luck in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semis.
Aware of the inbounder here if you're Philly.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? 15 fourth-quarter points by Kawhi Leonard. And the game winner, 41 points.
The basketball gods have a distorted way of evening things up, though. Kawhi has a degenerative knee condition that will just worsen over time. That's why he played a total of 4 playoff games over the past 2 years, and things are looking bleak. But guess what? Kawhi's luck isn't about to run out. The Clippers extended Leonard's contract for 3 more years, paying him $50 million per year until 2026 to 27. Yikes.
It's personal.
Now, let's enjoy these trio of long-distance connections that had no business turning out the way they should.
One is better. I mean, look, the dunk, of course, the dunk is the one that's going to get you out of your seat, but this is amazing to be able to catch the ball 0.4 as you are floating away from behind the basket, still knocks it down.
Under a second, baseball pass, Young! Unbelievable, with a masterful full court length pass. He could try that 100 times, I don't think.
What is a 1-point game? See what he does here. He made it. So Adams launches it to Schroeder, catches and scores!
A lot of things can go wrong with any of these plays, which is why they're called Hail Marys in the first place. Prayers are seldom answered, and if they are, well, damn, way to hit the jackpot. But jackpot is exactly what I call the San Antonio Spurs winning the draft lottery in 1987, 1997, and 2023, when 3 generational big men were available. For casual fans, the draft lottery was introduced in 1985 and was designed to give the worst NBA teams more chances to secure the #1 overall pick. In theory, a bad team getting a really good player could turn a franchise around quickly. I'm not a betting guy, but not even a compulsive gambler would mess with those odds. 14.2% in 1987 when David Robinson was available, about 21% when Tim Duncan came out of Wake Forest in 1997, and 14% in 2023 when an alien named Victor Wembanyama planned to take over the world. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist either, so I don't think something's fishy here. Besides, if the NBA rigs the draft, the pick will be better off in New York or some other place. Oh wait, I didn't mean to say that, but that could be a juicy story for another day. For San Antonio, lightning did strike thrice for them, and that's pretty unbelievable. I mean, the NBA plays a standard of 1,230 games a season, so fans are bound to see something wild every now and then. Now, this Mavericks versus Knicks game was so unreal that even Luka Doncic, who has a reputation as a tough shot maker and a trick shot master extraordinaire, couldn't believe what just happened. The Mavericks were about to lose the game, down 9 with only 33.2 seconds remaining. No team in 13,884 situations in the last 20 seasons has won when down by that margin with at least 35 seconds remaining. A lot should go right for Dallas in these precious seconds, and New York should be hit with all the bad luck in the world. In an unexplained turn of events, the unimaginable happened. You just have to see it to believe it. The Mavs needed 5 extra minutes to do it, but that just even made the comeback even more amazing.
If there's a missed second free throw, if Luka is able to execute that, knocks down the first.
Nothing shocks me about this game.
And that drew rim, it's still loose, Luka got it back! Improbable comeback by Dallas to tie it with 1 second left! It's unbelievable! It is a miracle! It's overtime! Stranger things have happened!
When the smoke cleared, Luka ended up with the NBA's first 60-20-10 game, which is pretty fitting with how everything went down. He needed a big pat on the head and a recovery beer because I know he was hella tired after that. Remind me, how did that happen again? Well, this next lucky story needed details and I'll give them to you. A team stumbled with so much luck, it resulted in a freaking dynasty. Kevin Durant hooking up with Golden State. Like the rest of NBA fandom, I was pissed when this happened. It took all parity and excitement in the league and made my clueless friends with no concept of what a salary cap is think anyone in the NBA can team up and change addresses anytime they want. The truth is, it takes an insane amount of luck for the Warriors to land KD and build the last true dynasty of the modern era. Here's how it happened. It all began because of Steph Curry's bulky ankles, as I have mentioned earlier. Y'all bandwagon fans don't even know who the guy was from 2008 to 2012, but he was essentially the guard version of Anthony Davis. Steph couldn't get healthy and sprained his ankle every time the wind blew. That said, he displayed flashes of excellent three-point shooting, so Golden State rolled the dice and extended Curry to a 4-year, $44 million deal. To put that in perspective, Dante DiVincenzo signed a 4-year, $46 million contract with the Knicks last year. Yep, Steph Curry signed for Dante DiVincenzo money back in 2012. Little did Bob Myers know the gamble would pay off in titanic ways. The Curry extension runs up to 2017, when the salary cap spiked from $70 million to $94 million. They're only paying Curry, who's now a 2-time MVP, $11 million a year, with room for another max superstar, which turned out to be Kevin freaking Durant. Sure, Draymond Green and the gang did their part in recruiting KD, but there's no way a player averaging 28, 8, and 5 and undoubtedly one of the top 5 players in the league, would sign for less than $30 million a year. The team must have cap space and the personnel to lure Durant, and they had both because they extended the best player in the NBA for peanuts back in 2012. True enough, Durant came aboard in a 2-year, $61.5 million deal, and the rest is history. They made 3 straight NBA Finals and won back-to-back in 2017 and 2018. And that, my friends, is what I call luck. I guess it's best if you're lucky and good. As this Lakers fan was about to find out, fans who get to shoot half-court shots for money are chosen randomly. So there's that. And then actually making that shot for life-changing money, that's another stroke. Congratulations, Fidel. I hope the insurance company didn't do you dirty, as they did Don Calhoun. I know it's not the same sponsor, but we all know the business side of things. They don't actually want to pay that money, pull off some crazy stuff, and make up reasons so they won't have to. Like Fidel, Calhoun was picked to participate in a halftime shooting contest in Chicago, a 3/4 court shot worth $1 million if it goes in. This happened in 1993, around the Bulls' first three-peat, so every pair of eyes in the basketball world was paying attention, including Michael Jordan's.
$1 million? That young man being hugged has just won $1 million here at Chicago Stadium. And for Don Calhoun of Bloomington, Illinois, a $1 million thrill.
We can see MJ in the video celebrating the shot with Calhoun and giving him a hug afterwards. That's almost as good as the $1 million check, until the insurance company in charge of paying the money out found a technicality that would just blow Calhoun's luck to nothing. According to the rules, any contestant shouldn't have played organized basketball at least 5 years before the contest. However, Calhoun played community college basketball prior, so the insurance company refused to pay up. Don informed the contest people about this when filling out the form beforehand, but they let him shoot it anyways. After all, the odds of making a shot from 80 feet is damn near astronomical. With this unexpected turn of events, it was later revealed that the Bulls organization and the contest sponsors were under so much local pressure, they had no choice but to give Don his money. Even Michael Jordan joined the crusade, as MJ personally told him when Calhoun met his heiress to have the $1 million ball signed. Calhoun did not receive the $1 million as a lump sum, but he was paid $50,000 every year for the next 20 years. Minus taxes, Don said he received $38,000 annually, which ain't bad at all, considering one of his sons became a doctor because of that money. Full court heaves are rare, even in the NBA, but when they go in, it's as if something extra special happens. Just like the time when Baron Davis hoisted a prayer just before the third quarter buzzer sounded in a February 17th, 2001 game against the Milwaukee Bucks. That's just an extra 3 points for B. Diddy and the Hornets, but he secured the NBA record for the longest successful shot, made at 89 feet. Jay Crowder may have something to say about that, but you were out of bounds, fam. Try that again next time.
Right, just how Brad drew it up. Wow.
Maybe Magic Johnson also has a claim, but his end-to-end heave was officially measured 84 feet, a couple of feet behind Baron Davis's.
Work harder on
Let's take another look at it.
Now imagine someone making that shot in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, as Ron Artest did in 2010. Artest did not make a full court heave. Let's get that clear, but it's probably the 3 most important points of the game. with everyone shooting horribly from the floor in Game 7 of the 2010 NBA Finals, including Kobe Bryant, Artest confidently drilled a three-pointer with a minute left in the game. It was a completely makeable shot by a former All-Star, but nevertheless, that went in with a bit of luck. After all, Ron was shooting only 29.1% from deep in the 2010 NBA playoffs over 23 games. Come on, Ron. Even Kobe couldn't believe it. Which is pretty much my reaction every time I see this inconceivable ending between the OKC Thunder and the New Orleans Pelicans 2 years ago. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander lucked into a half-court heave to tie the game up, but Devontae Graham had other plans.
Foul him. And they do. He got it. He fouled him. Garrett Temple tried to foul him. 1.4 to play, out of timeouts. Garrett Temple reached for him, didn't get him, and gives Shai Gilgeous-Alexander credit as Devontae sends it. Gets it! The game winner!
Oh, wow!
Devontae Graham stuns him in Oklahoma City.
Just how you drew it up.
After the Pels were shocked by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Incredible!
This is a heck of a shot. That is a heck of a shot.
He's 65 feet away.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
He is 65 feet away.
That is not easy. Always give yourself a chance.
What do they say? One lucky shot deserves another? Oh well, the game is more about skill than luck. But sometimes these lucky moments remind us that the basketball can be just as much about fortune as it is about skill. Thanks for watching, and may the odds be ever in your favor.